Hello winners! Casual type video today. I am just quite excited about TU2, so I want to put a video talking about it. This will include things you might want to do before the update and my speculations and hopes for the update. Most of this conversation will be mostly around Switch Axe, as that's my main weapon. So let's get right into it. Personally, I've been really enjoying Sunbreak so far. The new monsters and investigations go really well with the things that I like about Monster Hunter, so this expansion has been fantastic for me. So, in TU2, we will be getting Flaming Espinas, Violet Mizitsune, and Risen Camellios. From Flaming Espinas, I'm expecting we will get a new Fire Switch Axe, which I'm really hoping is going to be a power file. With monsters of the same species, we have seen that the Rampage slot remains the same, so we can expect to have a level 2 Rampage slot, which is good, so we can upgrade that for Foul Switch Boost if we need to. However, Capcom has not been consistent with a foul type. With Kuga, we saw a change from Poison File to Power File, but with Seething Basil, it was just another Power File. I feel if they do another element file, it'll just end up looking a lot like Silver Rathalos, so I'm hoping Capcom recognizes that and makes this Flaming Espinas one a power file. Something to do ahead of time is to collect the materials to pre-craft the early stages of the Espinas Switch Axe, so you can be ready for the new branch when they add it here. The Violet Mizitsune weapon to me feels like it will be a Blast Switch Axe, so then it will be a competitor for the Scorn Magnamallow if it's a power file. If it's an element, the comparison is the Teostra element file. The Teostra Switch Axe is pretty interesting. It has a lot of blast for the element file, and I'd be pretty surprised if we saw a new weapon that's an element file that has even more blast than Teostra. So I'm hoping for a power file with more blast than Scorn Magnamallow or Seething Basil. It might make for an interesting choice for a blast build. I expect the Rampage slot to be the same, which is good, so we might be seeing a decent raw blast weapon here. Once again, if you think you're interested in making the Violet Mizitsune weapon, it's probably a good idea to pre-craft the current Mizitsune weapon. Lastly, I'm particularly excited about Risen Camellios, and really hope it's an upgrade to the existing Camellios Switch Axe. Similar to what we saw with the Seething Basil Geese, where it's just the same Switch Axe except it's stronger, I think if this happens for the Camellios Switch Axe, it will become a really strong choice for a raw status Switch Axe. I think pre-crafting this weapon is a pretty good idea, as I'm optimistic it may become competitive with the Scorn Magnamallow Switch Axe. Since we're already talking about poison, I'm just going to jump right into talking about the equipment for Risen Camellios. I think the equipment has a lot of potential to make Camellios Blessing, Foray, Poison builds to become even better and more accessible, so I'm really looking forward to what this gear looks like. Remember, Risen Camellios is only available at MR 110, so if you're not there yet, you will not be able to take on Risen Camellios when the update arrives. So if you're interested in this, you might need to push your MR before the update. For Flaming Espinas, I think it's pretty hard to say what equipment will be like. Based on the previous set, we might see things like Manipulative Polish, but I think this is the hardest one to have any idea on. For Violet Mizitsune, I think we will see some equipment with Bubbly Dance. I'm not really sure on the impact here, as I think typically a Bubbly Dance talisman is just used for Bubbly Dance builds, but I figure if the armor skills are good enough where the Bubbly Dance is just a bonus, this might become a good choice for Bubbly Dance builds. Alright, for decorations, I think with Risen Camellios it would be really fitting to get Foray decorations, and having those Foray decorations is probably really helpful for the poison build. I really think that Capcom is going to hold off on the level 4 attack boost, crit eye, crit boost, and weakness explode decorations. As much as I think they'd be really helpful to have these decorations for our builds, I think the workarounds that we currently need to do while we don't have these decorations keep set making pretty interesting. And I think things may become a lot simpler if we just got these decorations now. However, 2 decorations I think that may come in the update that can make a big difference for Switch Axe are a Chain Crit decoration, as well as an Agitator 4 decoration. Okay, for weapon augments, oh man, I'm gonna have to augment so many Switch Axes this update. I think these are pretty straightforward though. This largely falls into 3 categories, I think. We have weapons that just augment for attack and element, weapons that need Rampage slot upgrades that can now add more attack or element, and weapons that wanted sharpness upgrades, which I think we will be able to have another level of sharpness, which will be really nice to require less handicraft. Something to do before the update is stock up on materials for fresh augments for the new weapons in case you need to craft them. Alright, so we're also getting an update to the Anomaly Research level cap, and an A6 tier of monsters is being added. My predictions here is that the A6 quests will unlock at level 100, and we can start seeing the investigations appear at level 81. This is just based off of the A5 investigations being available at 61, and the quests unlocking at 80. I'm also hoping that we will get a pretty sweet buff to our Palamutes. The normal Espinas gear give our Palamutes these cool glasses, and if we get a cooler pair of glasses from Flaming Espinas, I think these glasses will become pretty meta for Palamute builds. And finally, we are also getting layered weapons. I think there are some really cool looking Switch Axes in this game. I think I am looking into the Royal Order Switch Axe first. I think this one looks pretty cool, but I also think the Switch Axes from Nagore and Shigara Magala looks pretty awesome too. Let me know what your favorite looking Switch Axes are and what your plans are for layered weapons. Alright, I think that's everything. I look forward to all the switch axes being the complete opposite of what I want, and none of my builds really changing this update. But regardless, I'm looking forward to the new challenges ahead in Title Update 2. Like the video and subscribe if you like this type of content. Thanks for watching, and take care.